Hello, and thank you for stopping by. Today's video is going to be another one layer at a time, part 4. You can find these in my previous videos, and I am using a lot of collage. I'm using Mod Podge here instead of the acrylic mediums, and as you can see, I'm activating the surface with a China marker. And I'll just go through some of my materials. There's tissue paper and painted tissue paper on the left and the upper left-hand corner for the black marks. Using tissue paper is really cool because when you use it, it's so transparent and you can see so much of the underlying layer. Above center is also some tissue paper, but I've also made and painted on a lot of just papers with ochre, etc. And underneath it, that bright orange is made from my Gelli printer. So I'm using, I think this is golden paint, teal, one of my favorite colors. And I really like this combination of the blue and orange. And this time I'm putting some neutral gray that is on the bottom, and it's just sort of a package of leftover Japanese handmade papers. I've seen them a couple of times, but I don't know where to get them. I got them at Curry's art store, and I've decided to stick with the horizontal areas of color. As you can see, I'm sort of getting impatient and tossing my collage paper around, but you know, that's okay too. And also thinking again about differences in sizes, of course, color being the opposite on the color wheel, and then securing those down and making sure there's no bubbles. I really like my setup here. I've got everything around me. I don't have to reach far. And as you can see, the different text, I'm always on the hunt for any old books, really with that really nice antique paper that it's almost like a coffee color. Very nice for neutrals. And I'm sure you've seen them in lots of mixed media collage artists' work. So I'm adding some more Mod Podge. This is a matte Mod Podge. I really like it. It does a great job, and it lasts long. Get it at Michael's. I got a whole bunch of art supplies today, which will be a feature of the next video from Michael's. They're having lots of good sales and easy to just pick up. And this is this Japanese paper again. As you can see, I'm putting it with the orange because it's a subtle difference. Cool red against the warm reddish orange. And I decided to go like half and half, partly in the gray, partly sort of merges those two areas together. And this is some collage paper that I made again with my Gelli plate. As you can see, that the one on the left is with my brayer, just rolling on leftover paint, thinking about darks, lights, different values, and just exploring one layer on top of another. So I'm thinking of differences again, and when I put that piece next to it, see the different sizes? I don't like it to be the same size, and it's a feel. So when you're doing your collage, it's so great because you can cut the pieces around, move them around, and you'll just know when it's right or when it isn't. Yeah, not quite right, trimming it up a bit more. And I added, yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know why I did this. I don't even know where the idea came in. It just happened. I sort of cut a wavy line and I didn't attach it. I'm showing some of that neutral with the black marks underneath. Interesting. And I've mentioned this before in other videos. It's so neat when you're watching yourself create and you were in the moment, you've made those decisions, and when you step back and observing now what you would have, that maybe you like what you did, and this is all really good learning. So it's very, very good to record, at least on some level, what you're doing, just for your own records. Now I'm really liking how you have the solid turquoise against all those marks with some turquoise in it. And this is this is a piece of natural, just ordinary, natural tissue paper. I mean, unbleached. It's just regular tissue paper. I've been choosing that a lot lately, just because of it, for its transparency. And I love that red. I'm really wanting to make a red painting, so that'll be coming up soon. So when we near the end of this video, the piece isn't quite finished, but I have the finished piece here, and it's available. And very simple to finish. Since I don't have a lot of marks or pastels on it, I just use a gloss, and I put at least a couple of layers and then trim the edges. And here's some more text. I'm just finding the location as to what feels right. Yes. Why does it work up there versus down below? Because there's less contrast and there's more of the neutral around it. And I'm still liking that composition of the cruciform, where you have that the quadrants or some kind of cross, 4 squares. There's many ways to name it. So we're just waiting, probably mulling around for some other supply. And while I'm doing that, you can see on the right-hand side of the brayer, next to the Mod Podge bottle, there's more of that interesting paper. So, yes, I'm looking around. I forget what I was looking for at this point. Oh, I know. I was probably looking for see, the piece of paper that I use is right up there on the upper left. Who knows? Oh, some orange, some subtle differences in the red-orange family. Okay, so put it to the side. Oh, I know what that is. That's some leftover dried up paint. I was probably scraping it off the palette. I love using those. Oh, and this is more. Just paper that I use, so I'll just cut it out. It's very thick, but it really adds that texture to the piece. Who knows where I'll end up put it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Don't put it to the side. I'm not sure yet. And that, of course, is your white China marker. So I wanted marks, I wanted the eye to move around, but I wanted it to be different. And this is the final piece. I've since added more collage and marks, and I'm very happy with it. I hope you like it, and stay tuned for the next video.